Seahawks rookie Nick Imuaryi is lighting up the NFL right now, is already seemingly to be one of the biggest steals of this year's NFL draft. I don't know how the Seahawks got him, where they got him, but man, if you're a Seahawks fan, he looks like the next best thing. And in this game, he did a great job. Had two pressures on the quarterback. I think one area of his game that was super slept on is his ability to really put pressure on a quarterback, whether he's coming up from a high safety spot and blitzing, or if it's from the nickel or just close to the line of scrimmage, box linebacker, don't matter. This guy can really generate pressure on a quarterback, and right here, you're going to see him do a great job, kind of just acting like he's going to get to the outside shoulder of this tight end, and what that does is put all the weight on the outside foot. As we generate that leverage on the inside, boom, we're gonna break inside. Okay, so how does that look? Again, acting like we're getting to the outside, all the weight, boom, drops on the outside foot. Now, as we make contact with the inside shoulder, he has no leverage there. Boom, we get right by him, flush, and honestly, probably should have got a sack here on Jaden Daniels. He actually spins out of it. That happens. All I really care about is being able to apply that pressure, because sometimes they're going to hit, right? You're going to get the sack. You're going to get the rush throw, right? And whenever you can generate pressure on a quarterback, guys, what you have to understand is it can force a bad pass, a bad decision, an interception. Maybe you get the sack. Maybe you get a forced fumble on the sack. Or maybe you create a holding call on the offensive line, right? So I believe that Nick Emmanwori, as a box safety, as a guy that can play in multiple different positions, is going to add a ton of versatility. And we're already starting to see it, if we're being honest. It's there. This defense looks great. And what I wanted to do in this video is kind of break down some of the film. So that's what we're going to do. Before we dive in, hit the like button. If you want more Seahawks videos, comment down below P2. That will tell me that not only are you guys enjoying the updates, but want more. And let's see if we can get over 700 likes on this video, and let's dive right in. Now look at the instincts of this play, okay? They're going to snap the ball to Jaden Daniels, and they're going to get a quick little bubble screen with two blockers out in front. The reason why they like this play is you see no safety playing towards this side. He's playing towards the middle of the field, which means if they can successfully block a couple of guys, it should leave a one-on-one with this outside backer or whatever this guy may be. It should be a one-on-one opportunity. But Nick Emmanwori, who is playing in the nickel, the slot right here, does an unbelievable job reading, reacting, and attacking. Once Jaden Daniels turns his head, watch how he goes from, understanding exactly what they're trying to do, blows up the wide receiver, pushes him back about 3 to 4 yards into the front side of the wide receiver, Deebo Samuel, and helps out this tackle. They pick up -1 yards on this play. And again, Nick Emmanwori is that dude. He is that guy. He's someone that can just really become a leader and a good player off instincts alone, and that's what makes you a special player here in the NFL. And right there, you can see it from the start. So good instinctually. Love this dude. Another solid play here. They do pick up about 4 yards, but we see him once again playing kind of that box safety role in the nickel, I guess you could say, and does a really good job reading, reacting, and then attacking to the play call. Don't overcommit too early. A lot of guys, when they know it's a run, they overcommit, and by the time you get there, they're already hitting a different gap. So what we need to do is be able to understand the play call. Read, react, and don't overcommit before we know where the running back is going. That's where a lot of people make their mistakes. Seattle is taught and coached very well. You see none of these guys overcommitting too early. Wait for the running back to make his decision. You can cut outside. You can break it in. You can break it all the way in through the A-gap. Right? You can break it this way. Break it way outside. Right? You can do so many different things. You just don't know. That's why you're not supposed to overcommit. Now, as Nick Emmanwori comes down, he's going to do a good job disengaging and just taking the brunt force head on of Chris Rodriguez. And again, yes, they pick up 4 yards, I believe, on this play. But I'm just trying to see how good he is in terms of understand the play before overcommitting. And right here, I think he does a good job. And disengages very quickly. Takes the hit on. 4-yard gain, but a stop. Alright, another solid play here. Just dropping back into a little bit of his zone coverage. You're going to see him, again, box safety, box linebacker, whatever you want to call him. They love this dude's positional versatility. And really quickly, before we dive in any further, do me a big favor. Like I said, hit the like button if you haven't already done so. But most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel because it is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family, and we will be covering the Seattle Seahawks throughout the entirety of the season on this channel, okay? So make sure you join. It's, again, free. Doesn't cost a thing. And let's continue to dive into some more film. And once again, like I said, box linebacker, box safety. He's going to drop back in his zone. Doesn't overcommit on the run fake, right? Takes one false step forward, reads the tight end. Once he's not really doing anything, we kind of can just sit. We can kind of just do whatever we want, but we want to read the eyes of the quarterback. As he steps up in the pocket, does a beautiful job pursuing, and then watch him kind of load up that right hand, try to go for a little punch out, but doesn't put his body weight on the quarterback. We know they're going to call that a penalty every single day of the week. So, again, we'll watch from this angle and see how he does it. Tries to go for the football, obviously doesn't, but I still love the play by Nick Emmanwori there. Monday Night Football is going to be amazing tonight, and I had a couple of picks for you guys, so we could potentially over 1,000x our money. With the sleeper app, I've been having so much fun using it, and guys, really quickly, if you use my promo code DUBS, they're going to give you a 100% match deposit with your first deposit, which means if you put in 100, they're going to give you 100 in bonus funds. I mean, just take that alone and use it, right? It's amazing. But let's go through some of my picks. I'm going to start off with Bijan. I like Bijan today to just get a lot of passes. I think Buffalo's going to go up early. So let's look at his line of 115.5 rushing and receiving yards, and I'm going to go more than just 100. I think he's going to catch the football a ton in this football game. I also like Josh Allen rushing, but I'm going to keep it at 25.5, go more than 25. I think that's fair. The Chicago Bears run defense is not very good at all. We're going to go to rushing yards, and I'm going to put it at 50, more than 50 rushing yards. I think that's another one that's pretty fair, one more. I want to go Kyle Pitts. Darnell Mooney, I believe, is out today. I could be wrong, but 25 receiving yards more than I feel like is pretty fair. So Bijan, rush receiving, Josh Allen rushing, Jacory 50, Kyle Pitts 25 plus. I feel like that's fair. If you put 20, you can win 50. Obviously, you can put a lot more. I like playing really safe. But if you really want to go for the moon, you guys can. Let me know in the comments down below. And again, use promo code DUBS. Get that free match deposit. You'll get up to $100 on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in about 25 different states. So make sure you guys check out Sleeper today. And again, code DUBS. Now, he's also really reliable as a, cover guy, whether it's a tight end or a running back. I think he can really do a good job keeping everything in front of him and not allowing, to get beat deep on deep balls with running backs, tight ends, whatever it may be. And here's a play where you're going to see the running back kind of leak out of the backfield, run this quick out, and then he's going to come back to the football. But I think Nick Imuaryi, right, he's right here as your box linebacker. Plays this very well, up close to the line of scrimmage. Plays it extremely well. Again, exactly how you want to be played. Keeps him in front of him, but also, does a good job reading and reacting to what Jayden Daniels is doing. Because obviously he's scrambling outside the pocket. We don't want him turning back up the field. So as we're getting blocked here, making sure he gets out of bounds. Don't hit him too late. Don't draw that penalty. I know this is not a crazy play to break down, but does a good job in the coverage. And I actually think he gets credited with the tackle on this play because he's the one that forced him out of bounds. The guy on the backside missed the tackle. He could have probably turned up the field. Not sure why they gave it to Nick Emmanwori, but they did, so we'll take it. Another interesting play. This time actually gets beat in his zone, so he is going to be responsible for kind of like the right side, the seam flat type of zone. Obviously, you're going to have your thirds dropping back. You're going to have your hook curls over the middle of the field. But he is responsible for this right side. Now, as he passes not only one but two guys off to the deep thirds, you're going to see no one else really down here leaking out into the flat. So what he does is he looks for work, which is a good thing to do, right? You always want to be looking for work instead of having the guy just sitting down here and not doing anything, right? So that's what he does. He looks for work. He sees this guy coming down, but because we're in a zone, they're taught to read the eyes of the quarterback. So he's going to turn his head back to the quarterback, just slightly right here, right? Looks back at the quarterback. Now, Jaden Daniels kind of manipulates him. He's going to think he's throwing this ball just on a flat line, but we have to understand the ball is going to come this way. His head could be facing this way, but we need to know the ball is going to come this way, right? So Nick Imuaryi thinks that maybe this guy's stopping. He chases down, and then once he chases down, he loses leverage, and then it just gets beat to the outside. They pick up 24, 25 yards on this play. It's not all perfect, right? They're not all perfect. It won't be all perfect, but I am generally excited about his potential as a player for the Seahawks team, and there's still a lot more film to break down, but I think I'm going to end the video here. He came away in this game ranked as the... Didn't have the most perfect game, I will admit, right? Struggled a little bit, but had 2 pressures on the quarterback. Had 5 total tackles. Had 1 stop. Was targeted 5 times. Did allow 4 catches for 46 yards. But ultimately, I do like the player. Wanted to break down his film a little bit. And I think he's only going to get better from here. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you guys in part 2. Peace. Let me know who you want me to break down.